Okay, since this seems to do a little bit better without me doing, um, well, I'm not going to take a risk of it taking for too long, but long enough. So, anyway, I'm going to only do this with updates, or, well, or something to really talk about. Let's talk about, um, hey, hey, stop going after the damn bag. Shit. Leave it alone. Will you? God. Anyway, don't make me smack you. I'll fucking do it. Anyways, so I'm gonna try to cut it down on the cuss words, but I'm not gonna promise anything major, because I don't believe in the whole idea that it's gonna really be like, oh well, it's gonna change my fate and all that kind of bullshit, you know. But either way, I do want to talk about DMX. The year 2020 again, but this time referring to a rapper that I've known for many a decade. And let me tell you, this guy I haven't really followed too much, but I do like his music. I didn't even know he was doing anything in 2019. I didn't know he had any children. See, that's how much how little I pay attention to the news about each and every person, because what I don't get me wrong, every once in a while I do check it out, the news, but the thing is that a lot of these news articles get buried. And at the same time, even if they weren't buried, I don't go out of my way to go check them out very often. And it's like, oh wow, it's kind of like when I find out somebody's gay. I mean, like I really care. Like like oh okay, wow, wow, some celebrity that I've been a good fan of is gay or lesbian or whatever. You know, I didn't know you had that. I didn't know their mother passed away or nothing. That's how little I know anything about it. I'm too busy focused on my own life, worrying about my own damn things. But however, I did check in because I saw this article that was about him being in the hospital. I did not know his name was Earl Simmons. That's irrelevant to me. I mean, no offense, but I mean, I'm glad that that's your name. But I mean, after so many years, it's like knowing a new name after so many years, and now you expect me to. It's like when they try to, um, like when Tifa, for all the many years, I guarantee you, unless you were around no long enough, you wouldn't know it was Tifa. In other words, in close proximity or whatever, knowing that, no, by the way, her name is Tifa, not Tifa. Because seriously, it's irrelevant to me. And especially what's irrelevant to me is now knowing what boss is what, or what their HP is after so many damn years when you can't even scan them. What's the point, basically? So anyway, back to DMX. Sorry I brought up all that, but damn, not again. So anyway, not that it matters, but no, yes, it does matter. Anyway, sorry. He's actually in the hospital. Now, this is the third freaking person, or fourth person actually, that I have known to be in the hospital. One person I actually been close to, another person I wasn't exactly close to, but we were kind of sort of friends. But whatever. Let's not really go into that too much of a detail. But either way, let's move on. So apparently, I mean, this guy I know of has a mother that's in the hospital. She's dying. I know another friend of mine who's in the hospital. Um, I said, but then there's another friend of mine who has a girlfriend of his who's in the hospital. So there's just lots of people in the hospital. I would say this is the first person I've heard of so far. Now that doesn't mean in the order of appearance of what goes on in the world, because these are the people that are not even on the news. Not that that really matters, because it doesn't. no more matters than finding out your best friend's gay. What? You're gay? Okay, cool. I mean, that's the best comment like I can give. Like I'm supposed to give a shit, like one way or the other. Wow, you're gay? Well, how dare you be gay? I mean, not trying to insult them, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like I'm supposed to give a shit. That's the kind of response I would give if I had to pretend like I gave a shit. You know what I mean? Like, wow, gee, that's news to me. Wow. I really love knowing that. Can you tell me how the bathroom movement was going for me too while you're at it? No? Okay. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad that you want to tell me this, but I mean, whatever. But anyway, so moving back to DMX. I'm sorry. Again. Not that it matters, because like half the damn time people don't freaking watch this shit, but who cares? Right? Who the fuck cares? I mean, I'm going to start doing... I'm actually getting back into the... Before I continue on, not to beat the bush around, but I will say this. I am getting slowly back into being motivated to record content. Difference is, most of the time I will be streaming. But I did try Twitch again. And Twitch is a pain in the ass. Let me tell you. I literally tried the app, and all it wanted to do was just show my camera. Now, I don't mind my camera being shown, but what I do mind is I'm not here to live stream myself just doing nothing. I'm not. I'm here to live stream content or talk about something while I'm doing content, because I'm going to bring in content like it or not. I won't bring porn, mind you, but I will do something of the sort. I'm trying to, but it's not an easy subject to do if the damn thing don't let you, basically record what's on the screen. That's absolutely stupid. But anyway, so back to DMX. He actually did not have anything to do with COVID-19. In other words, it's because I was talking about earlier about 2020, right? Well, it's brought in a lot of shit, like people going to the hospital. Of course, it's not the first time someone has OD'd, basically overdosed on drugs. But he is another person that's in the hospital. The only difference is, as well, is that I don't know what's going on. Like that friend of mine who I'm close to, I don't know what's going on with her. She didn't OD on drugs. Neither did another friend of mine who has a girlfriend. I just know them online. Like that matters. But basically, I don't know anything about that. I, I don't know if the mother of a dude that we were supposed to be friends with had OD'd or not. I just know she's in there. I don't even know whether or not she's been COVID-19. And I'm not going to say, well, most likely either. That's bullshit. It's most likely a possible thing, but without further, information on it, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. And because for one, it's not always true. Two, just because it is mostly doesn't mean it's always with everyone who goes in the dang hospital. Like most of the dang time, like this friend of mine who's not got COVID, but she does have very bad symptoms. And that doesn't mean she's got COVID, but whatever. Let's move on. So anyway, apparently he overdosed. And he's been in rehab. And I want to tell you, I mean, I can't believe it's brought more and more people to the hospital. And I'm not going to say it like, oh, well, it's like OD is because of 21 or 2020 because of that. But it has brought a lot of people into the hospital. Let me tell you, I mean, although the majority of the cases are just like with the swine flu, except that this is the COVID-19 or the corona. Or as that friend I was telling you about that went to the hospital that doesn't have the whatever. She calls it the beer because look. Okay, look. My mouth is hurting again. But, you know, thing is, you know, it's just, whether or not, I don't know. I hope he makes it. I'm not gonna say anything because, you know, I don't know how to tell him without on the internet going, you know what, your comment sucked. Nobody likes you no more. Get off the internet. And they'll be like, why? You know what I mean? Because that's how the internet be rolling. It be like, no, dude, you gotta calm down. It ain't like that, man. But anyway, hey, don't bite what I say about doing that, okay? Anyway, I gotta give it to you. That doesn't sound right. I gotta go. To all those who've actually personally watched, thank you for watching. And I mean that. I'm not gonna do the whole spiel about subscribe and share and all that bullshit. Because especially because then I gotta bring in sponsors, which I don't have, by the way. I'm not really sponsored. That's another thing. This is what it'd be like when people freaking have sponsors. Oh, by the way, if you check out right now, you can check the Down Cold Down Out, sponsored by Rayman. Sponsored by this virtual VPN. All this crap. Okay, look. You made your damn money. Why do you need a sponsor? First of all. Secondly, it's just dumb. I mean, I thought, and third of all, I thought you're supposed to not cuss. I thought you're supposed to keep it family friendly, which means, obviously, again, no cussing. No saying the F word, no saying the S word, which is S-H-I-T. Because otherwise, they just say, nope, can't fund you. Because you got to keep it PC. And you got to make the buck, the extra buck, if you promise not to swear. I mean, you know, Necroscope 86 was I think he did kind of finally got sponsored, but you wouldn't think that, you know, even Fuzz would be passable. And I'm not saying it against anything about him saying it, that Fuzz, but that was his thing. It was just like the best thing he could do. And this is back when he was on YouTube. But either way, Necroscope 86 had said he was, you know, trying to stop cussing and all that kind of stuff around the world because he had children and he wanted to live a better world. But unfortunately, there were still people out there that were cussing. And I have nothing against people who cuss. He even said personally he doesn't have anything against people who cuss. It's just, well, there are just kids who watch TV things. If you know, the thing is, could you imagine? I don't think you could, because it'd be hard to do to be where there's no kids watching or turning in saying, "Mommy, they swore." They did what? Oh, that's it. I'm gonna put a down petition against this person for swearing. How dare you swear? And in front of my child. That's how a lot of parents are. Now, that ain't every parent, but there's a lot of parents, even guy parents. I mean, seriously, the man gotta go, or both of them. You know, whether they're separated or not, whatever. You know, it's just like, oh, how dare you? You swore. And I got kids, damn it. How dare you? No, you're not supposed to swear. And this is back when you could say damn it too. But now, damn it is considered a cuss word. And And I do not see the point of that. That don't make no damn sense. That's like saying water is a cuss word. Or, you know, I can understand the ICK or COCK. You know, I mean, although PENIS is not a swear word necessarily, but it might as well be because it's kind of the same thing. The only difference is that shouldn't be said. I mean, of course, POP, which is poop, is not a swear word. Neither is dump, DUMP, which can mean numerous things, but let's not go there. But then SHIT is actually a cuss word, which is the same thing as POP, poop, but it's a slang for it. I think actually no, both of them are slang for either one. To be fair, I don't know, but anyway, moving on. Hey, come here, my baby. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. But yeah, I just want to quickly talk about DMX and all this other stuff. But yeah, pretty much I have to say that, yeah, that's sad. I did not know that. They're talking about how he's got some brain activity, but he's also in a vegetative state. Actually, technically speaking, you can actually have. Where the hell are you going? Drive me nuts all the time going back and forth like that. You can actually be in a vegetative state and still have brain activity. Bet you didn't know that, did you? It's actually a proven fact. Because there have been people like that in a vegetative state. The only difference is, as well. See, uh, when people say you have no activity, you don't have to be a vegetarian state to have no activity, or count as it would be no activity. The thing is, what sucks about it is that when the machine can't even detect you, and they think you have no brain activity, but yet, it's weird that someone who can have no brain activity and then people just like saying, well, you gotta unplug them. Why? Don't say there was nothing you could do for them. You didn't even give it a try. You didn't even give enough time. You just gave it up. I realize that there's only so many months you can take, but the thing is, a lot of people have been into it and they come out of a coma. I would have waited. And after so many doggone years and we still haven't developed enough technology, obviously, like in AOL, or not AOL, but sorry, SAO. I mean SAO. Sorry. Anyway, Sword Art Online. Put a like we have like technology like that, but we're not using it to the full capability that we could be using. Like, we can literally get in touch with people. They've proven that, but nobody wants to do that. But like with Oculus helmets, the virtual reality kind of thing, you put it on your face and you can go, "Hey, what's up, buddy? You gonna stay in there? Why are you still in here, buddy? Let's go." You could literally pull somebody out of their consciousness, and get them back up to running. But nobody wants to do that. It's just like the damn streaming services. And there's not really a law preventing you. But it's like, yeah, if you don't do such and such, and even though your website's for free, um, and pulling off shows, whatever, then they gonna try to shut you down. It's like when I tried to show you about Kiss Anime, literally. They tried to shut them down, but they didn't do a good enough job of it because it came back, even though they made gotten rid of the .com. I personally am glad to see it go. I wish it was gone for good, because ain't nobody gonna with no damn virus if they got or antivirus if they have smarts, or or would anybody in their damn right mind, basically, logically, anybody who can think with a brain instead of falling for something as so stupid as running Norton or something like that. You're not gonna download Norton. You download Norton, you're a fool. And the thing is, I'm gonna be fair here. Norton's a great program, but don't do it just because the website says so. That's just stupid. The bad thing about it is, like all viruses, or excuse me, antiviruses, I should say, is they can't catch everything. That's one thing. The second thing is that Norton is a bitch to get out. It's like McAfee. If I could talk without stuttering. It's like McAfee. That damn thing was a bitch to get out. I mean, I'll tell you what, though. And the thing about Windows is, even though they've had their security issues, but the problem with that was because they were online. If they weren't ever online, even though it was actually meant to be, eventually it would have had to happen, but, whatever. And the thing is, today, we can still get hackers. You think that just because you got a good firewall or whatever, you can stop hackers. If they get around it, they can. They've been proven to do this so many times, even to get into other people's accounts, which is absolutely crazy. But in the end, no matter how far they step up the security, they can't do it. And I'm just gonna say this: all the other Windows were just as great. Windows 10 is a piece of shit. Windows 8, thumbs down, was a piece of crap. Now, give or take, it was kind of good for the most part, but then for the rest of it, it was just like, what the hell were they thinking? You had to literally click on it like it was an app. I mean, it looked good, but beyond just looks don't mean nothing. And who the hell wants to run it like an app? It's like that damn, oh hell, I can't remember the name of those computers now. But they're oh, Chromebook. I see, Chromebook, or Apple Book, or whatever the hell they're called. They dumb. And I do not recommend getting them. Had it, it was a mistake. I mean, sure, you can run up with RuneScape and all that, but you still have problems. And the thing of it is it does just like Windows 8. It's an app. They run it like an app. The only difference is you're not sliding around and moving around the screen trying to figure out, because that was another thing that was bad about 8. You just had to slide around, go around. Like, what the... Man, what am I doing? I mean, sure, you had a mouse, but still, that didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing at all. I will say this. If indeed you decide you're going to... That's what I'm going to looking for. Just get a computer, any kind, whether it's a laptop or desktop. Desktops are better. I mean, not if you're going on the go, of course. Laptops are always going to be better because you can actually, run them and do a lot more on the road. Plus, they take a lot less. I mean, sure, you still have to kind of keep them charged, but with a computer, I mean, with a desktop, those are for like home based. Like, seriously, I mean, you can still take a desktop if you want to, but you know how much a lot of stuff that is. Plus, it's bulky, takes up a lot of room. Always having to move it back and forth. Of course, you have to do the same thing with a laptop, but the difference is, even if you have like a monitor, if you had to have one, it's not as bad. You also want to make sure it's not too heavy either. You don't want to get one of those. You can actually do that and have one that runs pretty damn good. You don't need to buy one for 1,000 or more. I mean, sure, you might get close to that depending on what you're paying for when you pay for parts. Seriously, just get yourself a bare bones kit. If you don't have the money, save it. And if you can't save it because you keep spending it on stuff you don't have any choice about, like dominoes or whatever, then put it in some account that you won't ever touch, except most of the time when you need a little extra cash. Make sure that there's still enough in there to reach up to the goal without taking over than what you need for the time being. Like, you know, if you need a little extra gas to get somewhere, as long as you don't go over the amount of 100. Even if you have to get into that to get the dominoes, as long as you don't go overboard, you should be okay. You know, I mean, shoot, that's what I would suggest you do. I'm not going to profess that I would know anything about that. Even if it's a card, somehow do something like that. I could take the same advice that I'm giving you, but you have more of a chance of doing it since I've already tried. Truth be known. And it depends on what you got going on as to whether or not you can open up more accounts or not. I can't because of what I got going on. Now, if you're in the same situation, well then, you know. But most likely, some of you out there that are going to be watching this are going to be like, yeah, I can, okay. I'm going to be in that situation where you can actually do it. Eventually, at some point, I'll be able to do it, but not now. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Fingerhut. Fingerhut is, you know, basically a program that'll help you with your credit. And it's good for that, but beyond that, I mean, I wouldn't do like more than one or two items, and that's about it, because it just gets up more and more where you can't afford it. So that's the reason. That's what happened to me. So it's not to be fair and say that they don't they don't deserve their money, but after so much and they keep building up the thing, yeah, they don't deserve their money. It's kind of like with Synchrony Bank, Amazon. Even though that Synchrony Bank kind of, I don't know, maybe they stopped owning Walmart. I don't know. I know that Capital One kind of took over that, but either way, difference is that, you know, it's Amazon for credit, you know, and I had that too, and they don't deserve their money either because they'll screw you over big time. Like, I mean, you won't be building up your credit, but what you'll be doing, you can buy certain things, but I wouldn't buy no more than, say, about $400 worth maybe, and just kind of pay off the card if you can. So what I would do, same thing for Home Depot, and that's just their credit card department. I mean, as far as the store goes and what they have, it's good, you know. But I will never pay for credit again. That's one thing you'll never get me to do. I mean, yeah, I'm paying on a credit places that I owe money to, and Walmart.com doesn't deserve their money either. I mean, at first, yeah, but then when they started pulling that shit about what they said about fees and all this stuff, and then having to pay them off, I don't even care about their damn rewards program. I don't care anymore. I used to care. That's when I used to pay them and for bills and stuff. No more. When they decided to do all that crap and made it so unaffordable, and plus the fact is that as well as that I wasted all that money. I paid them plenty of freaking money, and over the years, and it was good. But then eventually, it started to be like, well, I had no available credit, and I just got to paying them a huge chunk of money. I'll never do that again. They're lucky to get what out of me, what I gonna get, and even if I could afford it, which I can't at the moment, I still don't care. I'm not paying them no more than what I'm gonna pay them, even if I wasn't paying what I'm already paying right now. And I no more than $50 That's all I'm gonna do. They want more, they're gonna have to start working for me, because I ain't gonna pay some damn thing like that. That's just stupid. What for? You ain't gonna get no damn credit. For. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Don't fall for the fact that, oh, you gotta pay it off. Yeah, that doesn't give you credit with them. All that does, with any creditor out there, it just pays off the creditor, and that's it. You'll never have to, you won't get anything with them. You might get rewards, but for what freaking purpose, I don't know. And the rewards are mercifully crap anyway. Like, you might get one interesting offer. You'll never get both. Like, you might get $1,500 worth in the credit, for rewards of money you can spend, or, online. You have to make a choice. That is just worthless crap rewards. And seriously. And I mean, well, there is one advantage to it. You can get like, well, no, there isn't either. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm sorry. Even with the gas ability. I mean, really? I mean, it might help you take up some money, or at least it was anyway. I don't know if it still does that. I don't really care, because they have this thing that's kind of linked to it, and I forget what it's called now. But Murphy. That's their gas for Walmart. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, if you want like real rewards, I would say that would be getting actual cash back for free. Like what I did with PayPal. I mean, I don't know how often I can click on that. I don't even check it that often anyway. So I may be screwing myself out of that, but either way. And Captain D's decided they was gonna screw up an order. Yeah. One, not only did they not give a receipt, which was stupid. Two, what was paid for, they did not give all of it. So, hopefully tomorrow, when I go reimburse that, I can actually grab that and go. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't kidding. I'm not bloody kidding you. I do not want to mess with these people. I mean, I don't complain very often. Here's the reason why. Because it's not just because it'll cause a scene. That's one of the reasons. But the main reason now is because of, by law, you do not know this, but by law, you can only complain so many times before they absolutely say that, okay, you're making this up, or just to get a free meal, just complain for nothing. And you know why? It's because people have done this. And I can't blame a lot of people for doing it, but there's a lot of people that have done it, and they didn't need to. The ones that I can't blame are the ones that are homeless and just needed food and they had no way to pay for it. The ones I can blame it for are the ones that absolutely did it and they could have paid for it. They had plenty of money and it wasn't that expensive. Seriously. That's why they have this policy now that you cannot complain no more than a select few times, and that's it. Once you complain, it's like with even Domino's follows this law. Even McDonald's, Burger King, any restaurant that's a restaurant will definitely follow that. And if you don't believe me, find out for yourself. Because you will find out they will have a lawsuit against you and you ain't gonna like it. Believe me. Um, I have never had one, but yeah, they've had to finally do that to people who just would not leave them alone. Just wanted to have a free meal, even though they could have paid it out of their pocket. They had plenty of money. I mean, even though it's your money, you do with what you want with it, right? Well, even though that makes no sense, even though that's the law too about money. At the same damn time, you know, you could have gone anywhere else. You could have gone and worked or something. Everybody can get a job. It's very hard to get a job. Yeah, that depends on whether or not you have a vehicle and whether or not how far away it is. As a matter of fact, you can find most jobs without a vehicle, like helping somebody move. The fact is it's very rare, and it's even more rare if they take you with them to go to their home and help you have you help them pack up stuff, or for that matter, even load it up into the car and then unload it. Very rare anymore. People even do that, or even go to their home to help them, get rid of trash or something, whatever that's kind of in the yard, or leaves, and stuff, and branches. Just kind of throw them over the rain. It's very rare that they do that. So, but anyway, I'll see you all in the next video.